You saw the thumbnail and might be thinking to yourself, another Harley Quinn statue? Well, that just goes to show the power, allure, and draw of this character as you still clicked on it. Stay tuned. All right, what I first wanted to start off with was not so much box art, there it is anyway, but just the size of this box. Not very big. And from my experience, this is about the size of what most quarter scale statues come in. Prime One, if you're listening, can we please go back to getting 1/3 scale statues in very tight boxes? I prefer this more than getting a huge freaking box, or in recent cases, 2 boxes for one statue. And one other quick observation that I noticed when I was getting Harley here ready to do the review was the actual scale. This is what I'm talking about. So real quick note, guys, where you see Kitana right there is where I had Harley displayed, obviously next to Scarecrow and Catwoman, okay? They all come on those platform bases, but check it out, just a quick observation. Kitana is on a very short, small base, as you can see right there. All right. But look how tall she is compared to Scarecrow and Catwoman. Now she is 1/3 scale as well, but I'm just kind of, I don't know, this is just me with my naked eye seeing that she actually looks a hell of a lot more, I guess, taller, bigger, whatever you want to call it, than Scarecrow and Catwoman over there. Like I said, that's where Harley was always displayed. Okay, see this platform base, just like I mentioned. But yeah, I mean, 1/3 scale, I don't know, is it off or is it just me? Let me know what you guys think. All right, so in case you don't know, this is just one statue of many from Prime One's Arkham line. Now, Arkham is the Batman games. You know, there's Arkham Knight, Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, other ones that I'm pretty sure I don't remember off the top of my head. Now, I gotta give Prime One a lot of credit because the Arkham line is definitely freaking badass. Now, I knew with all the characters coming out, yes, I did like them all, but I knew can't get them all. The one that I do regret not getting though is the Two-Face, and specifically the exclusive one, because that one had a freaking grenade launcher that looked badass. Anyway guys, so here's Harley Quinn, Arkham Knight. Let's get to the review. The bases here are almost very identical to one another from all the characters, but they give them a kind of a personalization to each one. As we can see right here, the Harley Quinn one, we got the 2 smiling faces, you know, one with the jester ears, I guess if you want to call them, going up, the one going down. Kind of the vibe I get from it is the whole smile now, cry later. This one specifically does have a lot of gray, obviously on the concrete, as we can see, but it also has a little bit, well, especially right here, the moldings, the fixtures, the statues, if you want to call them that, a bronze golden look, very rustic, very weathered. And we also see that Harley did take liberties to decorate her own base. That's why we have this paint can with the red paintbrush dipped in the paint. Kind of reminds me when I painted my room. Very reminiscent. There it is. Okay. And throughout the base, we can see right here on the clown's noses, painted red. In the front of the base right here, a bunch of ha-ha-has. These piping right here, the paint's on it too to make it look kind of like barbershop post. And the back of the base here, we can see the bat symbol crossed out, X'd out, edged out. And obviously it's a rooftop feel because we do have the vents here, the exhaust. Now the accessories that Harley does have is obviously one, the paint can here, and right here, the jack-in-the-box. Now the jack-in-the-box, what I really like is that obviously you can see it's a spring, so it moves back and forth. And it's kind of a plush Harley Quinn face, which complements this statue specifically because this is actually the exclusive. Now the exclusive is right here, the little plushies, the Joker. Now I wish these were actually fabric, real plushes, but no, they are, I guess, polystone, which makes me really cautious about handling them because I know that if you mishandle them, they will break. So here's the Joker, one of them. And Batman right here. Now the Batman does come with a rope wrapped around his neck, and I just wrapped it around the ear of the Jester right here, so it looks like he's hanging, sitting down with Joker right here, and as you can see, he just fell, and that scares me. But just like I mentioned before, I'm just very cautious about handling him, but I'll just lay him down right there. Now just a quick note with the gesture here, it's not just for decoration. Harley does come with a lot of switch outs. Not a lot, just a couple of switch outs. But on one of the switch outs, you can actually place this, holding it on her hand. And we'll be displaying that pretty soon. And moving up to Harley herself, there's only two pieces of her that are actually mixed media. One is this skirt right here that she's wearing, kind of a petticoat, and the shoelaces right here. Other than that, it is all 100% sculpted polystone. And I've always had Harley in this pose here with obviously holding the bat, hand on her hip, and this head sculpt. And I'll be doing the switch out soon, guys. Both the arms, the bat, the head sculpts, you know, all the other switch outs that it comes with, to just show you how she looks in those different poses. Now with Prime 1, you can never go wrong because they love that attention to detail. Now the boots here have a worn out, faded kind of leather look, but they're also studied here throughout the front of the boots, the back of the boots, and this diamond pattern back here. Moving up to her leggings, that I really like about them, they have kind of a metallic look. So no, as we can see, the leggings are not just, I don't know, most common like a cotton kind of material fabric, somewhat of a glossy finish, metallic finish. And I really love that because it provides a contrast throughout the outfit. So other parts that have that paint job, that paint finish, are the parts on her arms, okay, her leggings, obviously, like I mentioned before. And what I really like about is that whole contrast, because we do have metallics clashing with mattes, and then also the mixed media right here. So, you know, we can tell that the design of this statue was done very well as far as the paint job, because we do have those contrasting colors that really make this statue pop. You know, a little bit more attention to detail. We have the kind of like a metal diamond patterns here right under her diamond patterns right here on her thighs, we can see. And again, just to mention again, this petticoat mixed media, so yes, it does move. And the corset here has tons and tons of details. You know, we can see that diamond pattern in the middle of the corset, not only in the front, but also in the back. And then we have the straps going on throughout the corset. We can see around her waist, on her shoulders, you know, going around her chest area, you know, on her back, all the straps, etc., etc., and it keeps going on and on and on. The white blouse she's wearing underneath, tons of wrinkles, different colors in there. It's not just painted one white color and just sculpted differently. No, we see the different shadows and tones and etc. colors in there. So very high attention to detail with this statue. Armbands or gauntlets, you know, lots of details here. Paint job is done well. Again, they have that metallic kind of glossy look. And then the straps right here, the red does have the red laces, but the black one has the red laces as well. And also the flesh tone, very minimal flesh tone we can see here, which is basically just her arms, her hands, and her cleavage. It does look semi-realistic, but again, it's not expected to be realistic due to this is Harley Quinn from the actual video game. So as you can see, we're not gonna look for a statue that looks like an actual person, character that's played her in the past. The bat right there, very simple, but very much Harley Quinn, with the red and black stripes throughout the bat. Now, I've always preferred Harley with the bat. I understand her mallet is a signature weapon, but sometimes I feel that the mallet is very overwhelming. Not so much realistic in the sense where I look at her and I see a lot of statues where she's wielding a mallet, and I'm like, that thing can I know it's comics, fantasy, but I'm just like, man, can that girl really wield that freaking thing? It looks freaking huge. It looks bigger than her. Probably weighs more than her too. But so this is why I like kind of like the realism, where as far as, you know, simple bat, you know, gets the job done. But obviously a Harley Quinn statue wouldn't be Harley if the portraits were not done right. And I think they absolutely captured her look with these portraits. Now there's 3 of them. Okay, there's the one that I have right there on display. There's this one where her eyes are more open, showing more teeth and biting down on her tongue. And then we have this one, which is a winking portrait. But other than that, the head sculpts are exactly the same. One black tip, one red tip. But I really love the hair on her because we can see that, you know, the hair in the front, yes, you know, she has her bangs, you know, they're coming down, but the back, you know, or more so to the hair itself, it's not just hair in the sense where, yes, she has the 2 ponytails, so we're gonna just split her hair right down the middle and put 2 ponytails on her. No, we can actually see that the hair from her 2 ponytails that make it up are coming from both sides. So we have, you know, parts of the right side of her head coming to the left and vice versa. I think that was an excellent attention to detail from Prime 1 versus just copying out and just, oh, we're just gonna make it down the middle separate. No, I mean, that gives it more kind of realism, because what I think is just, hey, this girl is in the middle of battle, Arkham Knight, doesn't really have time to be wasting. So just grab 2 chunks of hair, let's tie them up, and bam, we're ready to go. That's the kind of vibe I feel when I look at her hair. But what I really like about the porch is that, yes, Harley Quinn does have her face painted white, but we don't have the makeup as far as over exaggerated. It's just like a very, very white, pale face, as we can see, purposely done, and a little bit of eyeshadow there, some lipstick. It's nothing where it's a big chunk of black going around her eyes and nothing of that nature. Arkham Knight Harley was a very original, one-of-a-kind outfit. There's multiple ones, but this is one of my favorite ones actually. And I think it was in that time frame where we're transitioning from that whole jester look to like, hey, let's progress with the character. Let's kind of play around with it. Let's give her a different look, but staying true to her roots. And it's just character evolution. And I think that this part of that evolution done very well. Of course, we had to keep moving on, keep evolving the character, and we have the Harley Quinn we have now. But let's get to the switch out, see what that looks like. All right, so here's one of her switch outs, or actually 2 of them. I changed out the portrait. I gave her the kind of crazed look with the tongue sticking out, biting on that on the tongue, and switched out the bat for an arm on her waist. Not really something I would display her with, you know, especially that she has options to be displaying, you know, the bat. Obviously, I'm going to prefer the bat over just her holding her waist like this. But hey, it's a good option. A portrait, I don't know. I'd have to play around with it. I think it'd probably be a good one to put with the bat, perhaps. But again, maybe it's just the pose where hands on their hips where I'm not really digging it. But hey, tell me what you guys think. All right, so here's Harley with the winking portrait and the Jack-in-the-Box. Now the good thing about the Jack-in-the-Box is, yes, it's held onto her hand by a magnet and you can move it around, swivel it however you want. But I really like this pose. You know, if I didn't have the bat, I probably would have displayed it like this. I kind of like this Jack-in-the-Box look. Very cute, very fun. You just play around with the combination of the different portraits and the different switch outs, arms, you know, but let me know what you guys think about, you know, what switch out would you prefer? The Jack-in-the-Box, hand on the hip, or the bat? And also, which portrait would you prefer? So that's my overall review on Harley here. Yes, she has been out for a long time and she's been long sold out. And the reason why I decided to bring her out just to do a review on her, because like I mentioned before, there are tons and tons and tons of Harley Quinn statues. And I feel that as collectors, we kind of get lost in the whole what's next, what's next, what's next, what's coming new. And we kind of tend to forget the statues that we currently have and we should be appreciating and loving. Now, this statue, yes, you know, when it first came out, this is one of the first statues I got when I first started collecting. I have absolutely no regrets to this day, and she's been displayed in my display room for years. Have no regrets, and yes, I've had multiple Harley Quinn statues, and this one has held up. And yes, I see new ones that are coming out. Don't get me wrong, I like them, but I always had to take a step back and be, do I really want that, or can I just appreciate what I have now? More times than not, guys, I really appreciate the one that I have now. But let's have a discussion. Let me know what you guys think about this Harley here. You know, if you agree with the whole collecting mentality of, hey, let's take a step back, appreciate what we have. And I'd love to hear what you guys think. So like always, comment down below, comment, like, subscribe. And as always, collect what makes you happy.